This is Angie from Trips with Angie. Welcome to the Viking Sky.
Welcome to a Penthouse Junior Suite on the Viking Sea. You can see here it adds this wonderful little sitting area with 2 chairs and a huge TV, as well as this nice sized balcony. The big table is made perfect for breakfast on the high seas. We're pulling out of San Juan here today. Let me show you here over by the bed. We have lots of plugs. You have USB as well as regular plugs. We have lots of storage space, a coffee maker, but really the greatest thing is this bathroom. Look at this huge shower. This is amazing for a cruise. Heated towel rack, heated floors, double vanity, and then in addition, you have a big closet with your robes and your slippers. All in all, a great space.
We're going to start our tour at the top of the ship. So this is the aft of the ship, the top deck. One thing I loved about the Viking Sky was the number of spaces to sit and relax. It was very easy to find an area where you didn't feel crowded. Here is the retractable roof of the midship pool. That is great for the cold weather destinations that Viking sails. You can still have a pool, but you don't have to freeze. Then the sports deck is located on the front of the ship. Here are the putting greens, or as I like to call it, the mini golf course. You'll also note that outdoor exercise equipment, they've been phasing it out of some of the other ships, so it'll be interesting to see if it stays at the Viking Sky. All ships have to have shuffleboard. This was very popular and competitive on Viking Sky. I know that because our room was located right underneath it. So it can be a little loud in some of those Penthouse Junior suites. Here's the bocce ball court. And then all the way here at the front of the ship is a great spot to watch as we come into port or as we sail away from port. You can see there's great sets of chairs and sofas. This is also a smoking area on the port side. Now heading into the reflection lounge. This is a big, beautiful lounge on the front of the ship. Again, so many spaces just to sit and relax. There's a small cafe here where you can order breakfast, lunch, and snacks. Let's take a peek at the menu. Our favorite thing here was the waffles. They were so delicious. And be sure to get the cheese on top. There's this caramel cheese that they serve with it that you wouldn't think would go with it, but it is absolutely delicious. This lounge features a second floor. You can see by the glass staircase there. Looks very similar to the first floor. Live music is available here in the evenings. The classical trio, the piano player, or the guitar player all played here. We also played trivia here each morning on the sea days. Now we're walking through towards midship. This area is air conditioned, so it was very popular on sea days. To the right there is the winter garden. This is where the afternoon tea takes place. Here is a peek at what they serve. These amazing little sandwiches and pastries. They have gluten-free options available. The classical trio also plays. Here's inside the winter garden. You can see those doors. Those open up. So depending on the weather, this can become a more open air space. I highly recommend going to the tea. It is quite popular, so you do want to arrive early to make sure you get a good seat. Now here we are at the midship pool with the retractable roof. These chairs were very popular. I love how they're kind of set apart, a little bit private. The other nice touch that Viking brings to the pool areas is the pool staff will walk around with cold towels. In the afternoon, bring you a bowl of sorbet. Near midship, there's a stage you can see there on the left where they had an evening show one night. And here is the pool grill. This has different salads. They change every day. There's also a soup available. As you can see from the menu, it's just grill favorites, burgers, hot dogs. My favorite was the Philly steak sandwich. Absolutely delicious. They cook it to order right there in front of you, so you can make any specifications that you'd like. Now we're moving back towards the buffet. The buffet has two sides. It was really well done. It didn't feel crowded. Here is the breakfast buffet. So your typical fruits. They had a new smoothie every day. They have American and European breakfast. You can also get pretty much anything made to order egg-wise. Each day they'll feature a special eggs Benedict, a special eggs casserole, but you can ask the chefs to make eggs over easy, omelets, whatever you'd like. Gluten-free bread is available. Great pastries, waffles. Now this is lunch. So you can see this is a salad buffet. At lunch, the two different sides have different things. So there's one section that's different on each side. There's also a sandwich of the day you can see there that you can choose. They offer a carved meat of the day. They'll also have a special pasta dish available each day. They will get gluten-free pasta. And then here it is during the day, the Great Aft Infinity Pool. The pool is deep. This surprises some people. Now we're going to head down to the third deck where the theater is located. The theater hosts afternoon movies, lectures, and shows. And also you'll see a cooking demonstration photo coming up. The Viking experience really wants to immerse you in the location. So we had 3 different lecturers on board, spycraft expert, someone about the wildlife of the Caribbean, as well as the standard historian. Here's a shot from one of the evening shows. The singers were fantastic. It wasn't an over-the-top show, just great singing. Here's when they moved the Beatles show outside. And now we're walking along the third deck. There's different shops. This is your sunglass shop with some different clothing items. A Viking doesn't want to nickel and dime you, so there's no casino, there's no bingo, there's not a lot additionally you'll have to pay for once you're on board. This is Torshaven. This is the lounge where the evening activities are. There's a band, a great band that plays each evening, and I was surprised how active it was until midnight every night. Now we're walking along the top of the third floor. Again, like we were talking about before, there's so many great spaces just to sit, enjoy a cup of coffee, a cocktail, play cards. They have these gaming tables. This is kind of funny watching me try to work it, where you can play these different virtual games like air hockey or poker. So it's another just fun way to spend the day. Chess, mahjong, backgammon, memories, solitaire, Sudoku. Then here is the little museum. There's this little Nordic museum on board. That's where the historian on board has his office hours at that little table. I think that's so neat that Viking Cruise Line really wants to hang on to that Nordic heritage. Now here is the entrance to the restaurant. The restaurant is the main dining room. No reservations needed. You can just show up. If you want to eat with other people, you're welcome to. If you want a table on your own, that's fine too. The beer and wine is included with both lunch and dinner, and there's a very reasonable beverage package if you want to upgrade. Here are the more high-end shops. Now we are down on the second deck. Heading towards the entrance to the spa. Another great feature on Viking is that the wet areas of the spa are included, so you don't have to pay extra to use the steam room. There's a sauna and a whirlpool in the locker rooms. This is the male and female area with the heated loungers, a snow room so you can have that Nordic bathing ritual where you go from very hot to very cold, the multi-jet shower. There's also a very large whirlpool, thalassotherapy pool in here. It wasn't filled at the time I took these photos, but it's a great place to relax. Now, this is the main hub here on the second deck. It's called the living room. There's live music here. It's also where the guest services is located, the shore excursion desk, and this area gets very crowded in the evening as people having a cocktail before dinner. I think those of you who love a good cocktail will want to take a peek at the menu. Like I said, there is a drinks package available that you can buy so that all of your drinks would be included. Otherwise, you can see the pricing is very reasonable for the different drinks and cocktails. They have all of your premium spirits, so you don't have to worry about that. And we found all of the bartenders on board to be very good and deliver very consistent cocktails. I know sometimes on cruises, you go to one bar and your Manhattan tastes a little different from another bar. So we were very excited to see that the bar program is very good here. I mean, as you can see, a dry martini is $7.50. They have your standard Bloody Marys, margaritas, Pimm's cups. And soft drinks. You'll notice something a little different about the shore excursion desk and the guest services. There's no counter. These are all tables. You sit down, you have a pleasant conversation. And then this right here is the office of the hotel manager. I also love that they had these little maps that you could pick up to show you the way into each. And here's Manfredi's. This is one of the 2 specialty restaurants. It is included. It's Italian and it's amazing. We ate there 4 nights out of the 10 because it was so good. Here are our favorites. The octopus carpaccio, the beef tartare. This beef tartare was so well seasoned. It was really excellent. The ribeye is amazing. They have this special rub that has brown sugar in it, so it gets really caramelized. And here's the ossobuco. The other specialty restaurant is the Chef's Table. This has a preset menu. You don't order off a menu. It's already preset what the menu is going to be. It changes every 2 to 3 days. You can see when we were there, we had tuna tartare. This was a foam that tasted like curry and coriander. Here was the tuna tartare. The theme this night was spices. So it was a lot of curry, coriander. That's a purple potato with beef tenderloin. And then this was really the highlight. This is an apple dessert that was just fantastic. Viking also includes 1 shore excursion per port. It's usually a walking tour or a bus tour. Here we are as we're pulling into Curacao. One thing I love about Viking, because it is a smaller ship, you get places you wouldn't get to otherwise. So I hope this gave you more insight into Viking Sky. As always, you can reach me, Angie, at tripswithangie.com. I'd love to book your next cruise.